Hey yo daddy-o, how you doing out there? Surely hope you are doing better than me, but a little bit of code monkeying gonna cheer me up for sure. This hack though, it took a lot of brainstorming and it is kinda awkward and hard on occasion, and I will try to get all the technical nuances to you as clear as possible. But pardon me if I'm getting, lost in it all for a moment or two. Either way, this here on the cutting table today is Need for Speed Carbon on the City, and I will show to you how to assign any car you want to your crew members and how to change your logo to the AI used one, and some other nuances you might find interesting. Thing is, while most of the stuff you do in the memory of the game as usual, to change the cars of your crew you gotta go into the save game and reload it. And when you do this, you lose all your crew tag modifications you've done in the memory. So I will start with the technical and detailed approach to changing the crew tag. If you don't need all the technicals, you might skip it to the moment where I actually assign the cars to the crews. I will mark it all out in the timecodes, which will be in the description, or if YouTube is merciful today, it will be right there on the timeline. Either way, without further ado, let's get to it. So, the tag of your crew and the memory. As usual, before starting, make sure you check the settings of your cheat engine, go into the scan settings and make sure the mapped is tagged, because without it, you won't be able to scan for emulator memory. So another thing I found which is really useful is that you can see memory scan options. You can click it and choose PPSSPP, and this cheat engine actually picks the address range a bit incorrectly, so I changed 14 for 15, and this action will actually pinpoint the memory range that is actually useful to us, and it will eliminate all the duplicates which usually appear in my videos, and there are like 4 duplicates for every search result. This action will cut them all down to 1, which will make our search results way tighter and much more comfortable to use. So, mechanics. Crew tags, they exist in the files of the game in 2 variants. 64x64, this crew tag, small crew tag, is used on your car, in this menu, and somewhere else. And there is a bigger crew tag, which is 64x128, and that crew tag is used in the main menu and as the graffiti on the walls in the game world, in the free roam, in the racings. So big tag and small tag. I've picked out all the crew tags and wrote them down in text files right here, which will of course be available as the download in the description. And the way the game handles these tags is kinda like the car paint job in the first Midnight Club. I say kinda because they are kinda the textures written out in the memory byte by byte, but at the same time there are also some additional information about the texture which I'm not quite able to decipher. So yeah, it doesn't really matter much. So open the tag you need. I use the Berserkers one, and here it is. And then pick the crew tag right here. So the tags are laid out by the tag 000, and from now on the skull right here is the very first tag, so it is tag 000. It is tag 001, and the next tag is tag 002, these spades. The shield is tag 003, etc, etc. So I usually use skull, it is the very first tag, and to find it we can just search for the string tag 000. Here they are. Make sure that it is picked right here, because as you can see, as we change our tags, 2 of these addresses, usually the first ones, will change accordingly. Yeah. Tag 002, 003, etc. So yeah. Make sure that you found all 4, and I will now mark them active, and base. You don't need to do this, I'm just making it to be clear. And we will need 64x64 for active. We can delete the second one, it will be unused. And 64 1 to 8 in base. Yeah, just like this, we can delete the second one. So thing is, somehow, I'm not quite sure how, but the actual tags, they always go under these things. So to change the small tag, we will use the code under the big one, and to change the big one, we will use the code under the small one. I'm not sure how to call it, because it is kind of only kind of a note which tag is used. It is a tag for a tag. Doesn't matter. That's what we'll be using, so just get used to it. Oh boy. So, to change the small tag, the one that is used on your car, is the easy part. You just pick the code that I've selected and copy it to my file. You select it all, press Ctrl+C. Now you choose base, which says tag 00064 1 to 8. And you find these 4 lines. They're usually very easy to find. In fact, they're always very easy to find. Just find them visually. These 4 bytes say 0020 00000, and you choose the very next byte after these 4 bytes. And you press Ctrl+V. And now, as we change our tag, here it is. It says Berserkers. For this tag, you can pick the color freely, pick whichever color you want and select it, and it will be on your car. But as we select, or as we enter the main menu, you can see our tag here is still the skull, because it uses the big tag. And we can actually change it as well in a very simple way, like this. For example, these, just let's do the same operation. Select the 64x1 to 8 and Ctrl+C, and find the 4 bytes that say 0020 0000. Select the very next byte, Ctrl+V. But as we will enter this menu, you can see our crew tag here is in red color. This is because as I've extracted these tags from the code of the game, I of course extracted them with the default colors that the AI crew uses. And if we will actually do this thing, crew tag, select, and if we will try to change the color here, yeah, as you can see, the game actually changes the tag to the default one. Once again, for the clarity, here I'm changing it for the Berserkers, then I press right and it changes back to the skull. And no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work if I'll change it with the base. In fact, here it is. I will just show you. Here it is, our base tag. In fact, I'm not sure it is the one, but either way, it just doesn't work. You know, here, whatever. I know it doesn't work because I tried that, but here's for demonstration. It is still a skull, 919191. And if I'll change whatever else, it just won't work. You just have to believe me here. So, yeah, it took a lot of time, a lot of tries, so it doesn't work like that. So how you actually change this color? Alright, here's what I found. There is actually, we need to search for tag lower dash. And there is actually this long array of tag lower dashes right here. And we need it. Let's remove this and we will call this array. And if we will open it in the memory, we will see just that, a long array of tag lower dashes. How this work? Well, These first two are for the tag 000, the next two are for the tag 001, and these ones are for the tag 003, 002, etc. The first tag is for the big, and the second tag is for the small tag. And what we need to do now is to break this kind of a pointer after the tag lower dash, and we can do it just by changing C0 to whatever, I don't know, 20, doesn't matter. As we will break it, look at these active address here. As we change our tags, it will change them normally. But if we will choose our broken tag, which is tag 00, which I've just changed, it will remain at tag 0. Oh, no. Yeah. Thing is, yeah. As I've said, we've broken the big tag, and this here is a small tag because it says tag 0006464. Yeah, as I've said, this thing is kind of memory warping, so pardon me. Let's just choose the big tag. Yeah, here it is. Active big, let's call it. Which is kinda not needed, but for the sake of the demonstration, here it is, tag 001, 002, and if we'll change, yeah, it will remain at tag 001. Just once again, for demonstration, let me restore the thing to C0, and now it is able to select the big tag normally. But once again, as we break the pointer for the big tag, it is unable to select the big tag anymore. And here's the demonstration in the code. As we change our tags, they are changing, you know. But as we select the broken one right now, it will remain unchanged. And that's when I got my mind tickling. In fact, we can see it right here. If we select our tag, it will be Berserkers, unchanged. And I've got it like all going. Yeah, it kind of works. So, how do we change that to our tag color? And the trick is simple, really. All we need to do is to make sure that the game selects the right color, and that's what we gotta do. We select the tag 001, and in fact we can select the last tag. We just need to select the tag which is adjacent to our broken tag. And once we selected it, we pick this big 64x128 tag, and we enter it into the memory of the game. Here's once again these 4 bytes, next byte, Ctrl V, come on. Have already copy and paste. Alright, it's here it seems. Ah yeah. Yeah, only changes the color at the moment, I guess. Am I selecting it correctly? Just like this. Alright, Ctrl V, just for the clarity. And as we select it now, here it is, with the correct color and all the stuff. So once again, in order to do this, you need to select the color you want to get on the adjacent tag, and now as you've chosen this adjacent tag with the color you want, Ctrl V it here and just select it like this. That's kind of how it works. Oh boy. Yeah, so now let's get to the oops, sorry, I'm just wanting to select my tag. Alright, so now let's get to the cars of our crew. Oh boy. So one thing you gotta do here is to enter PSP emulator folder, memstick, PSP, system, open PPSSPP.ini, Yeah, sure. Press Ctrl F and find the line and, pardon me, encrypt safe. Whatever, it will work. And make sure that encrypt safe is false. By default, it is true. This will allow us to get our save in an unencrypted state, which is awesome. I'm not sure if actual PSP can load unencrypted save games, but after you've done your modifications, you can change the false to true and save your game normally and launch it on PSP. So now when our save game is decrypted, we need to prepare for the swap. And I do it like this. So I want my boy Carter here to drop his rice box and yeah, I cannot even say the whatever. And drop behind the wheel of a real machine. So this is what I want him to drive, my 300C Chrysler. And now, as we chosen our car, the game got an autosave. It probably already did. So yeah, looks like it did. So we make a copy of this autosave file. We go to my cars and we go to visual parts and we change the body kit. That's the best way to go. Body kits are cool. And the game autosaved again. Now we go into our hex editor. We go to compare files. We go in data copy and we select data bin, original one. And here's our body kit. And our actual car starts right here before the body kit and ends somewhere around... I don't know. I already selected the right lines a couple of times, so I'll just compare it to the right lines and we'll determine by the length if my selection is correct. No, it's definitely too long, so let's cut it down to the... yeah, just like this. Here's my current 300C. And now we need to do the same thing for the Carter's car. In order to do it, let me just do it like this. Let's put our body kit in place. Like this. Now we do the copy. Oh, this hack actually took quite an amount of time. It looks easy now when I understand how it works, but you know, the more you know, the harder it may be, because I've kind of wanted to get to it via the memory of the game, and I've spent like a whole day trying to get to this stuff via the memory of the game. So we change body kit and we go to the tools, we do another compare. And here it is. Yeah, it changes a lot, but it works just like that. So ends here, I believe. Is it our data? Where's an actual data bin? Yeah, this one, right one. Alright, so I just prefer to create backup of this evolution in case I want to change it back, and I recommend to do the same to you. So we select this 300C. Oh yeah, and it won't work. I'm not sure why, but my current Hex Workshop, Hex Editor, doesn't support selecting this from the text file and entering it here via Ctrl-V. And obviously entering this line manually is a waste of time, so I use another Hex Editor for this operation. I'm Hex. Your Hex Editor might do it better, and I really need to drop Hex Workshop and get into the better Hex Editor, but you know. So far I just used two of them, so here it is, data bin and view Hex. And now we go to the F964, some closer address. Here it comes, F964, I believe, and our car starts with 94F7. Here it is, I see it, 94F7. So now we select 300C line, which I've grabbed from my save, and we select this whole stuff and we press Past. Alright, and now we click Save. We keep Hex Workshop open just so it will give us this message and we can see the changes are applied correctly. Now our save game is ready and all we need is to reload it. So emulation, reset. Ooh, as I've said, I've spent the whole day trying to find it in the memory until it clicked in my mind, like, the game gotta save it in the save game, because it saves the changes that we made to the crew cars in the save. So it gotta be in the save game. Yeah, it took me some. Alright, there it is, as you can see. Let me just change my car to something else. For example, my Firebird. Alright, so there it is, and there it will stay. The biggest problem here now is the fact that the game still thinks that the Carter's car is Lancer. So most modifications which you will apply to it via the menu, via the usual menu, will be completely incorrect. And the only way to apply these changes correctly is via editing the save game. And the only way to reload the car back to Lancer is to actually, once again, do it via the save game. I'm not sure if you even can change vinyls. Oh well, vinyls work. But as you can see, most things do not work. And rims work, alright. The window tint work, I know that one for sure. Window tint is actually incorrect. I'm pretty sure I did not grab window tint via this stuff, so I guess the actual line of the car is a bit longer, but alright, you can change window tint manually. I believe I use the orange one with this. Just let me double check it. I'm a bit... yeah, it's definitely the orange one. Alright. So now let's really quickly apply the tags again. Now I won't explain anything to you, so just watch my moves and watch how fast it will be. And just like this, we select our tag 000, bam, browse this memory region. Yep, just like this. This is the first tag. Now we do the braking. Browse this memory, break the tag, choose 6464, like this, and Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Yep, tags are set. As you can see, when you do not explain stuff and just do it, it is really fast. So, what else can I show to you, my friends? Actually, let's really quick find out how much extras I need to get the window tint. So we won't have to select window tint with that. So, alright. How much extra code I need? Thank you very much. No, I don't want to save anything. And now let's go to whatever my cars will work. So choose car, Ford Mustang, whatever. We just need to autosave. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and visual parts. Where is the window tint? Let's change it to whatever, and save. And now let's go for the compare files like this. It doesn't look like the window tint, it is probably my money or whatever. And this is the line, I guess. And if we will check it with the crew cars, let me just add my Mustang. Yeah, extra 4 bytes. I can see it. Here is where mine ends, my current one ends. Yeah. Alright. I will update the method. I will extract all this stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can do it right now. It's really easy. Well, alright, I won't waste your time. So, alright. Getting back into the game, what else we can do? Well, one thing we can actually do is to rename your crew. Where's my crew ID, I believe? Yeah. Rename your crew into something more coherent. And as you can see, the game by default only really... Where is the delete? Only really supports... Oops, wrong. Shift select. Only really supports like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 letters. You can actually squeeze in a longer name. So let me just show it to you. Let's be like this. Yeah, whatever. Berserk. First, here they are, and let's add something like, I don't know, 3, let it be 3. Something that the original crew doesn't use. And next scan, alright, doesn't work. New first, here it is. So, we can actually change it here to something else, like what I've used. I've used Berserkers, of course. Not quite sure how long it might be, because if you make it too long, it will surely break something in your save game, because, yeah, in the save game. It is where the game writes this stuff, but you can rename your crew to the full-fledged Berserkers, so there are definitely a couple extra letters in there which you can use. As you can see, works just fine. So, another thing you can do is to change the window tint color. I've changed window tint on this Firebird, and this stuff kind of works the same way it works in the Need for Speed Underground Rivals. I will leave a link in the description if you want to know all the technical details. But without the technical details, it goes like this. We need some part of this screenshot, and we need to search for it. Any part will work, so I just look for array of byte, and there we go. 64000000. Oops. Pardon me. 6407671300, like this. First scan. Here they are, and usually they are the either second or first, but anyway. Now we need to find the one which we compress the window like this because it is way more easy like this. So we can see 640080, you see? And I need the one which says 40003080 and 4080. 40. We just scroll around and we will find it. They're usually very nearby. Let's check this one. 4000. And this one. Oh yeah, this looks very... Once again, 400030. This one looks very similar, we just need to find it visually. That's usually how I do it. I'm really like not bothering myself. Here it is, with searching for the accurate address. And we need to change the 40 to 10, I believe, right? Right. So like this. And now as we select our window tint, yeah, as you can see, it became considerably darker in the red area, so now it's more in line with my vinyl. Once again, once you've changed window tint color, all the cars will use that use this window tint will use the same color, so keep that in mind. Pick the color which only one car of yours uses in order not to break the other color schemes. Okay, and I've actually tried to repaint vinyls. As I've mentioned in my Underground Rivals video, I've thought that the colors of the car and can use the same mechanics that the colors of the window tint uses, and unfortunately they don't. The colors of the cars are 2-byte values for some reason, and I'm not sure how they work at all. But even more, I think the vinyls are actually written as textures this time around, so all these vinyls are kinda body vinyls. I believe in the Underground Rivals they were called body vinyls, so you cannot quite change their color. I mean, yeah, theoretically you can, as you could in the Rivals, but they do not even have the change color function in the two-tone color, in the two-tone vinyls or something like that. I'm not sure how you can do it, so that's off limits. That's pretty much off limits. And obviously, in order not to do all these things and every time you start the game, I recommend to you to use the save states. So save states, save state. And every time you load your game, you can just file a load state and you will get all the tags, all the custom window tints, and well, the crew cars, they actually saved in the save game, so yeah. Once again, I will update the lines, so the lines will actually be full and you will not need to customize your window tint every time. It will be saved. Oh well, why should I update the lines? God damn, that's my cars. Yeah. So you see, I will just do this. Yeah. And all the lines below are their length without window tint. But you can customize window tint, it doesn't break anything, as you can see. You can customize it via these menus, so you just use these lines as line length references for your own lines, just to make sure that you've picked your own line correctly. Once again, as you remember, you change body kit, you compare your save games unencrypted, and you pick the 4 bytes before the body kit which is changed and this far after it. Ooh, something like that. Boy, 30 minutes, yeah. I've tried to make it quick and I've tried to make it as understandable as possible, but as the hack kind of involves a lot of weird manipulations, which work nonetheless, I might have made some things not clear enough. If you want to know anything that bothers you, anything that I didn't make clear enough, just ask into the commentary section, show some signs of life, dude. And it is easier to me to answer in, written commentary, because it gives me time to actually think a bit and to word it better. My English still sucks after all. Sorry for that. But yeah, so anything's not clear, write down in the commentary, I will reply to you. Other than that, I hope that's understandable enough, and everything from this folder will be included in the download somewhere in the description as usual. And I guess I've shown you everything there is. Yeah, I guess this is it. So let's call it a day. Hope you liked it, cats. Stay cool. Good luck.